We are the town, AM 1530, FM 102.3, WCTR, and we are the talk of the towns for Kent and Queen Anne's counties. It is the Talk of the Town show, and we have folks from the National Music Festival on, which is getting underway this weekend here in Chestertown, and really here in Kent County. And, of course, earlier chatting with Caitlin Patton, along with Jamie McCrary and Ben Honeycutt. And right now in the studio, we have the Mana Saxophone Quartet, just one of the many groups and performers that will be a part of the National Music Festival. And before we introduce the individual members, we are just going to kick it off with a sample of their work. So take it away, fellas. Nice. And that is the Mana Saxophone Quartet. Let's first of all, I guess we'll introduce the piece, and so we'll get the various members and introduce yourself. So if we could get someone up to the microphone, and what was the name of the piece that we just heard, and also the composer.
That was actually a piece that largely predates the saxophone. It was by Johann Sebastian Bach, and that was his Italian concerto, which was originally for a solo keyboard, actually. So we're taking a piece for one person and made it a lot harder for four people, which is the trick, I guess.
So it sounded like something that could be performed by a string quartet, too.
There's also a version, especially many versions of this with strings and other wind instruments. It can be kind of worked a lot of different ways, but we find this works well for us. And actually, one of our people here, Danelle Espinoza, who's our baritone saxophonist, he did this arrangement from the original version.
Okay. And let's go around and introduce everybody. So, and let me see if I can guess. You have tenor sax, right? Or you're alto.
That would be
correct.
Oh, you're alto, and so that would be baritone. That would be
this is tenor.
That would be tenor and
soprano.
Soprano, and I think that's the first time I've seen a soprano saxophone with a curved bill, because they're normally their sopranos are straight. So
yeah, this one is actually from 1927, and it's a curved soprano.
Okay, and let's just introduce everybody, and we'll find out who you guys are and where you're from.
Sure. My name is Michael Hernandez, and I play the soprano.
Okay.
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay.
My name is Eric Barreto. I'm playing tenor saxophone. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
My name is Michael Mortarati. I play the alto saxophone, and I'm originally from Berkeley, California.
Okay.
And my name is Danelle Espinoza. I play the baritone saxophone, and I currently live in Rochester, New York.
Okay, so all around the country. So what brought the four of you guys together? Is it something with the festival, or have you guys been playing together since for a while?
We're actually a regularly performing group. We formed while we were doing a variety of degrees, undergrad through doctoral studies at Florida State University, and through that work there, and we had basically just decided to go ahead and continue those efforts of saxophone quartet and see how we could make that a professional ensemble, and it's been going really well. We've been warmly received nearly everywhere we go, and we've been traveling a lot. We've been in Europe to some extent, throughout Germany, Switzerland, the Netherlands, Poland even, also.
Switzerland. And Switzerland.
Switzerland, okay. And so really, how did you get involved with the National Music Festival?
The artistic director of the festival, Richard Rosenberg, we'd worked with him before, so it was sort of, he asked us to actually join him last year, and it just wasn't going to work out for us. We were really happy that we were able to come this year. Our schedule allowed us to do that.
Okay. And so again, really from all around the country, but you met at Florida State, so. And I guess you have a couple of more pieces for us, so we'll introduce the next one here. And so what are we going to hear this time around?
Now we're just to kind of completely do something different. The first piece we played was kind of a Baroque piece, by Bach, and the next piece we will be playing is the Three Preludes by George Gershwin. So three-movement work, and this is another one of my arrangements that I put together for this ensemble. And this piece is a little bit jazzier, maybe something a little bit more familiar to what the people hear the saxophone playing. So yes, this Three Preludes by George Gershwin.
Sounds good. And this is the Mana Saxophone Quartet, part of the National Music Festival. So take it away, guys. That's some Gershwin, and it sounds great. And again, that is the Mana Saxophone Quartet, part of the National Music Festival. And Mana, M-A-N-A, how did you get the name Mana?
Oh, well, that's my fault.
Okay.
So actually, before we ever got to Florida State, Danelle on the baritone and I, and this is Michael Mortaletti speaking, for anyone confused, we were actually at a school in Arizona together a long time ago, and we kind of came up with the name with the sort of optimistic idea that we would take the word mana, which we associated with a power, a force of some kind, and treat that as we're empowering the saxophone within classical music. So that's sort of our overall goal. And the saxophone, as many people know it, is in a jazz context. So to put it in this classical setting, which is actually where its roots are, way back when it was invented, before jazz existed.
Yeah, by a guy named Adolph Sax was the inventor of the saxophone.
Correctamundo, yeah. So that's sort of our goal. We're bringing it back to its roots as much as we can, and just sort of enlightening people to the fact that this can be done with saxophone as well.
And do you have another piece for us before we get into a break?
Yeah, we do have one more by an American composer again, Philip Glass.
Okay.
And this is actually, what's worth mentioning here is during the National Music Festival, we're actually performing this piece in its concerto version. So meaning the four of us with the National Music Festival Orchestra. And that'll be on Saturday the 9th at 7:30 p.m. And this piece, what's kind of unique about it, it's a quartet, but then it's also a concerto. And how the two versions differ is that this version we're about to play is obviously without the orchestra. They're not here today in this room, but
They wouldn't fit.
They wouldn't fit. No, that's the issue. So we've got this version that has the orchestra parts and our own parts that we would play with the orchestra all wrapped into one. So so we're busy.
All right, sounds good. So so this will be some Philip Glass, and it is the Mana Saxophone Quartet, part of the National Music Festival. So so here we go. Nice, and it is again the Yamana Saxophone Quartet, and we've got a piece composed by Philip Glass. And so thank you guys. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back, and we'll wrap things up in just a couple of minutes. But any final message you guys want to get out before we take a break?
Please come check out the festival. It's going to be amazing.
And thanks.
A lot of good music.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This was great. I'm just back here in amazement, just watching you guys. So, again, that's the Yamana Saxophone Quartet, part of the National Music Festival, and we'll come back and chat a little bit more with Caitlin Patton, along with Jamie McCurry and Ben Honeycutt. We are the Town, AM 1530, FM 102.3 WCTR. We are on the Talk of the Towns for Kent and Queen Anne's counties. Talk of the Towns here on your Friday afternoon.